Hello, my beautiful angels. How are you? Togoza John Matlou, Mo Classy. Good evening, Mpo Jacqueline. Good evening, Mapai. Good evening, Wikanyo Hopani. Good evening, Snimzo. Good evening. Mhlevana, good evening. Londiwe, good evening. Chogazani, Kinahape, good evening. Bahlekazi, good evening. Malitsatsi, good evening. Chogazani, Chogazani, you lovely angels. How was your day today? Lumka, good evening. Jen, good evening. Chogazani, Chogazani, my lovely angels. Maybe I should do that today. Maybe I should take live videos, ne? I think so. Yeah, bona monga like blonde. Tiki says Chagaza Coco, you blonde today. Bona. Baleng, good evening. I think I should take live. I think I should do that. Let's do that today. Let's take live videos today. Let's do that. Let's try something new. Let's try something new because I see who's requesting for it. Uh, not here, no mava. Thokozan is asked. I can see that they send a request to be in your live video. Okay, I don't know. Okay, let's try something new. Let's try something new. Ne? Wala londiwe. Londiwe ish. She's hot like chilies. Halala. Thank you. Tepsa says hectic, nearly got in an accident because unserviced government cars, but arrived safely. Thank goodness that you arrived safely. Wabona gore you're not traveling alone. You're traveling with God and your ancestors. Zulu Tutu, good evening. So thank God, we're happy that you're safe, my darling. Thank God to that, ne? Thank you. Mabatu, good evening. Good evening, my beautiful angels. And how was your day? My day was chill. My day was chill. I'm catching up on a lot of sleep these days. And I better enjoy it because hey, it's not high sugar. Out of sugar. You know? So my saka, Tagazani. Are was kababu with the blondie, yes. Yes. Thank you. Are was kababu with the blondie, yes. Hapal, bonamo, ba, phila bantu, bathini. Senzeni kunje. Nazipho, good evening. Thokozani, my lovely angels. Just Paulina, Thokoza. Thank you. Thank you for joining, my lovely angels. Today we're going to speak about spiritual maturity. We're going to speak about spiritual maturity. Grab your cup of water. Grab your cup of water. Grab your list of wishes. Grab your list of wishes and list of don't wants. Those hi Lucky. Hello Lucky. Lucky yeah, welcome very soon. Lucky says Togoza my favorite Gogo. Thank you, Lucky. Togoza Kehla, Togoza Tatumhulu. Yeah, welcome very soon. I shall be there. Bongani Mbuli, good evening. So guys, bring your list of wishes, ne? And list of don't wants you're going to burn after prayer. Those who are joining us for the first time today, And because we burnt ours when we started a long time ago. And then your candles, grab your candles. I always say people should bring a white candle. Those who are just joining and just want to be a part of this connection with God. Nosipo says, Gogo, please pray for me. I'm not feeling well. Okay, my darling, let's pray for that today. Ne? So bring your candle. These are my colors that represent my spiritual journey, that represent my ancestors. So you can bring yours that represent your ancestors, your journey. But otherwise, if you just you you are you're seeking light, you're seeking wisdom, you're seeking direction. A white candle is always a safe candle because it's neutral. It's for guidance. It's for purity. It's for light. And it's neutral. So hi Lebumkize, thank you for joining. Hi Yvette, thank you for joining. Ayabonga, thank you for joining. Marianne, thank you for joining. So guys, your cup of water, bring your cup of water, your list of wishes, list of done ones, your candles, and yeah, let's invite God. Let's invite God. Let's say, good evening. Marianne, good evening. Great. So let's invite God because we cannot do anything under darkness. We need his guidance. We need his protection. We need his wisdom. We need his light. And also invite our ancestors, all of them put together, so that this session becomes a session of dignity, of spiritual wealth, of truth, of substance, right? Right. So let's do that. Let's go to Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. Lindim Khorosi, thank you for joining. We are here. All right. So Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, the beginning. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good, and it separated the light from darkness. God called the light day, and darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning the first day. Sedilaka, boni setela. Sedilaka, boni setela. Sedilaka, boni setela. Sedilaka, boni sete, hawoleteng. Ke tlelwa ke matla, hawoleteng. Ke tlelwa ke matla, hawoleteng. Ke tlelwa ke matla, hawoleteng. Ke tlelwa ke matla. Good evening, Paul, Lucas. Guys, so today we're going to speak about spiritual maturity. And also we're going to see how today's going to go, whether we're going to cross over to your loved ones in the spirit world. I know someone asked for tarot cards earlier. They asked if we're doing tarot cards. I said, okay, we're going to do tarot cards. So we'll do tarot cards. We'll follow the guidance of the spirit. How far it takes us, whether it's a Bible reading or it's tarot cards. I know someone did ask for that. And also I wanted us to do Sunkissed, good evening. I wanted us to do live video, where you guys call in and then we speak. Ne? And then we speak. And then there's two frames. Like my frame, your frame. Hey, let's try it out. I want us to try new things today. I was telling my partner, please don't come because I want to figure these things out on my own, because I'm leaning too much on him. I'm depending too much on him. And also when it comes to digital things and technology, I depended a lot on my dad, my late dad, because he was an IT guru. He was an IT guru of note. So I never had to worry about anything technology, how I did, or perhaps that's why it didn't register. Let me learn back then because I didn't have to. Papa was there, you know. So my partner is he's very he's a digital technological kind of person. So I just said hello Zoe Jordan, Togoza. Right. So we're gonna try things out today. Ne? Let's see how things work out. Because anyway, I know that my dad in spirit, he's here to help out with these technological things, you know, from the spirit world. So let's see how things go, right? So guys, we're going to speak about spiritual maturity. Ne? Spiritual maturity, first, you know, there's maturity where you when you're a mature being, you do things with reasoning, you know, with timing, with precision. You take time to you analyze things, you know, and with spiritual and spiritual maturity as well, you know. And I've seen who in most cases our generation is more spiritually mature and more spiritually inclined than our parents, right? Right? Than our parents. Um, I don't know, that generation, yeah, our parents, I don't know, man, it missed them. They just don't want anything to do with spiritual things, you know. They, how about fellow Christianity, and even Christianity, it was not really doing justice for them because if you don't balance Christianity with your culture, with your traditions and culture, then it's pointless because you're going to pray day in, day out, and nothing is going to happen. Instead, things are just going to fall apart further and further and further. Wabon? So Tepo Kuto says, good evening, Gogo Palesa from Kuto in Pumalanga. Thank you for joining, Kuto. Welcome. Grab your cup of water. Grab your cup of water. My candles, you guys, my candles. Your candles. And your list of wishes, list of don't wants. My candle. Modimo ntate, modimo mme, modimo badimo ba rona. Modimo ntate, modimo mme, modimo badimo ba rona. Modimo ntate, modimo mme, modimo badimo ba rona. Amen. Hey, hey. Akere kimo. Se ke lebetse taba tsa dikekeretse, I'm here. I hear you. Hi, Busi. Thank you for joining. Hello, Kim Masha. Thank you for joining. So today, Togozani, my lovely angels. So we're going to speak about spiritual maturity, no? And the benefits of it. And honestly, the only way to navigate the spirit world and navigate life in general is when there's maturity. Oh man, I didn't. Yeah. Right. Okay. Ne? So, you know, spirit maturity on its own. Hi Nomi, Togoza Gogo, Dlamini, Togoza. Okay, so Bukanyo says, yebo, we are in. Phakathi ngendaba. All right, Bukanyo says, I agree. We are spiritually mature than our parents. We are way too spiritually mature than our parents, guys. Like, hectically, because we just find ourselves that we are in that era where we need to dig deep and get to know our roots. Get to know our roots, get to know our truth, get to know and get direction because we find ourselves in stagnation, you know, further and further in stagnation. And also, you know, our we carry debts, we carry spiritual debts, especially Rhoda Africans. Whites are covered, Indians are covered. Why? Because they adhere to their cultures, and they adhere to their religions. They balance the two. We are the only ones that shy away from our cultures and our traditions, because that's how brainwashed our forefathers were back in the days. Wabon? And you can, and honestly, the truth is, when hi Miponi, my lovely one, Miponi says, my lovely one, hope I'm in the right direction now. I'm sure you are, because when I started with you last year, there's been a great change from last year where we started to where we are today. So I'm happy for you. Hello, Gerald. Hey, Gogo, Pavela, Palesa, Siyabela. Thank you for joining. How ka tseba gore actually today I've been thinking about you, you know. In fact, yesterday and today I've been thinking about you. Gogo, Pamela, Palesa, Siyabela, thank you for joining. So you know, so we find that this era that we're in, now the generation, our generation, you know, I mean, listen, forget about our parents. Forget about our parents. They are not about this life of spirituality. And you know, with our parents, they always use the parent card, the adult parent card. You know, when you want to dig deep and want to find out more about spirituality, you know, that's how they run away from it, so that you don't poke and you don't ask further. And again, the sad thing is that, Lidin, when you go and investigate about your spirituality and you investigate about your purpose, your origins, where you come from, then they become insecure. They then want to end up competing with you, and yet they are in the dark. So when, you know, if you are a parent, let's say those who are parents, learn to just learn from your children. There's nothing wrong there. Learn from your children. You'll never go wrong. Because I find that parents become so insecure, and when they don't know something and they just want to bully their way around, and even when they are wrong and you're just there to help them, their pride is just, it just comes in the way, you know. So it doesn't matter. Let's learn as much as we can, because at the end of the day, it's our things, it's our lives that have come to a stagnation, that have just come to a blockage, that just do not move. And I've seen also adults, whether it's a parent or it's an uncle, it's an aunt, or whatever family member, when they see you grow, your growth in spirituality, they become so jealous that they even go as far, because they forget, or they themselves, the fact that you say that you share the same genes, the same blood, the same water, the same flow, you know, you too have a same, you know, the same power and so on. But they actually go as far as bewitching. Motho a loye ka pelo, you know, a loye ka pelo, a tshware ka pelo, because you far more woke than them. And whereas they also, I mean, we are all open to learning. No one said learning is for this one and that one and that one. Learning is free, you know, to a certain extent, you know, because nowadays there's these live streamings. There's live streamings of, you know, every Gogo, every Mkulu, teaching, sharing their knowledge about their journeys in the spiritual realm, you know. So it's really not that difficult. And also, if you open up your heart and mind to learning, you know, you'll go far, you know. So I've seen that a lot of elders become so jealous when you've accepted your gift, your calling, because yeah. So let's pray for them. So when spiritual maturity is knowing when you are wrong. Okay. Spiritual, hello Ellen, Butchwani, hello Simpato. Oh, there we go. Why did I not? Okay. Well, so spiritual maturity is when you are wrong, when you know that you are wrong, accept that you are wrong. When you know that you are wrong, accept that you are wrong. So that, you know, there's nothing wrong with humbling yourself to accepting when you are wrong and apologizing thereafter. Do you know the wealth of luck, the wealth of peace inner peace that you acquire from accepting when you are wrong. Wrong. Submit, apologize, and learn from your mistakes, because I always say that we are not born with a manual. We in school every day of our lives. We are in school. Hello, Masalepi. Good evening, Togoza. Hello, Tibang Silike. Nzaki, good evening. Ernest Mutolo, good evening. Thank you for joining. So spiritual maturity is when accepting when you are wrong, because we can't be right every day. We are not born with any manual to navigate life. Thokozani. When this happens, I know my team is slowly coming in, My underground gang, my squad, they are coming in slowly. Right. So, and also apologizing. There's nothing wrong with apologizing. I've seen, and I don't know why, especially with parents, adults. Hi, Joy, Jomsung. Why parents, adults, or brothers or sisters, in fact, let me just say elders, those who are older than you, why it is that they just don't know how to apologize. I wonder who Hanakai. I wonder what it is that they're going to lose from apologizing. Even us as people, hey, generally, what do we lose, honestly, from apologizing? What do we lose from apologizing when you know that you are wrong? What do we lose from apologizing? Philemon Tagozani, thank you for joining. Wabona. So, let's learn to accept when we are wrong. Learn from the mistakes and be a better person there going forward. And also, when you apologize, honestly, it's not taking anything away from you. It's bringing a lot into you. It's bringing a lot into you. Right. So spiritual maturity is knowing. It's also allowing a transitional phase to complete. Transitional phase, guys. There's nothing as painful and as hectic as transitioning. Moving away from who you used to be to awaken to a better person. Awakening is transitioning, letting go of the old to accept and welcome the new. The death of the old you and the rebirth of the new you. That phase, guys, there is no painful situation as transitioning. Pero you must understand, when you're transitioning, you're also now resetting your mind, your brain. All right, we are now moving on from that old mindset to a new mindset. And that on its own, it comes with its own challenges. The ego stands in the way in most of the time. Hi, Lillian. Thank you for joining Togozani. The ego stands in the way when you are transitioning. So, but when you accept transitioning, because also it's losing, you are going to lose a lot of things when you're transitioning, when you are entering a new phase of your life. The old things that you carried, your mind space, your ways of thinking. Hello, Tepo. Tepo D, thank you for joining. Welcome. When you're transitioning, you lose friends. You lose some partners that somehow they move because your journey has come to an end. Because also in relationships, relationships are there to help us transcend and to move into another space. Rakapana in relationships. I feel sorry for people. I always say, always pay attention to before you rush into marriage. Get to know each other so that you get to understand what is the purpose of your being together. Because in some relationships, they are there to help each other awaken. They are there for a reason, a season, a lesson. And once that has come to an end, then the spirits dislodge and move to other paths of their journeys. And now, when you are married to a partner that you guys are just, your relationship is just a seasonal thing, a thing of a lesson or of a reason, and you are stuck in marriage, that marriage is the most toxic marriage ever. Let us not rush. And relationships are kapana. There was never, even God didn't say that. Even God didn't say, didn't give us any guarantee that we're going to be together forever. Even when in the Christian law, when they exchange vows for better, for worse, till marriage, till death do us part, till death do us part, and till death do us part, Pella. It could also be till death do us part, meaning till when the purpose has come to an end, the death of a journey, a death of a purpose, of a reason, of a relationship, till death do us part. So Mabatu says, apologizing brings you peace and growth. That works so good for me. Absolutely, my dear. Absolutely. Because along the way, it helps us to let go of pride. Because candidly, we carry these hi Fanny Fadilindong. Hello. I was just telling like you had joined earlier to say I will be coming to Welcome soon. I'll be coming very, very soon. Wabona. So thank you for joining. Right. So Joy Mhlungu says, what is the topic for today? I'm late, my apologies. Okay. Today we're speaking about spiritual maturity. Spiritual maturity. With spiritual maturity, I promise you, you will navigate the spirit world and life in general so easily, so peacefully, so lovingly. So, Bonso Boni, thank you for watching. And Tip Mahlangu, thank you for joining. So, allowing a transitional phase to complete, right? So, when you are going through a transitional phase, patience is important. Patience is extremely important when you're going through a transitional phase. Togoza Maggie, thank you for joining. Ne? Because God knows the path that He has chosen for us. He says, for I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to destroy you. So when you are transitioning, when God is moving you from this place to the next, He knows the duration of it. Makoya, Togoza, thank you for joining. Wabona. When you are going through a transitional phase, trust in the process. Guys, trust in the process. When you are going through a transitional phase, first and foremost, trust that God knows what is good for you. You are unique to God. He created you. He knows what it is that you have to go through. He knows the path that you need to travel. He knows the challenges that He's going to throw in your path for you to grow. Trust in the process. We are a nation of, we just want instant gratification. Flopia rona ko re batla instant gratification. And honestly, easy come, easy go. Instant gratification is exactly that. Instant gratification. And that's it. Portia Mputi, Togoza, thank you for joining. Wabona. So, David Mashope, thank you for joining. So trust in the process of your path. If you know what your path is, trust in the process. And the challenges that God is going to throw in your path are challenges that you need, because He is preparing you for where you are headed. He is preparing you for your obligations. He's preparing you for your calling. If God sends you to go heal a nation, a certain nation, let's say perhaps He sends you to go heal maybe a nation who's been taken. Ha, Malume, Davezi, this is my uncle, Tamizulu. Oh, I love him so much. He is my favorite cousin. I was like a cousin, my favorite uncle. He's from my mother's side, the king. I salute you. I love you very much. Never disappoint. Never disappoint when I know what I need something. And because when I did need, at the time when I needed, I just made a call. He did not waste time. He did not ask how and where and who. He came. He came and he helped you, because I was in initiation. Tradition, no, faith healing, traditional healing, where I was going to get learning and to be ordained to be a prophet and a priest. And I was desperate to leave. I needed to leave that place. I was like, yeah, I've been here for too long. And the things that I'm seeing here, I was like, Malume, ke short. Don't you worry, he was there. So thank you, Malume. Salute. I love you. Right. So transitioning is very important. It's painful, it's sad, it's lonely, but it's very necessary, because when you transition, you let go of the old you. It is the death of the old you and the rebirth of the new you. And the challenges that God will throw you in your path are necessary, because they are preparing you for where you're headed. Let's say God is sending you to go heal drug addicts. And guys, just where's it? We need to stop judging, because people who are on drugs they hate every second of it, because they are in prison. Each time they go for that hit, they hate it so much. They hate it so much because no one wants prison. Prison of the mind. Pakalisha says, thank you, Malume. Yes, Malume. Pakalisha says, thank you, Malume. Thank you, Pakalisha, for the love that you're sending to my uncle. He's the best. He's the best. He's Coke. So we should, and drugs, really, honestly, people who are addicted to drugs, because they are in prison. And no, I promise you, there's no drug addict that says, I enjoy what I'm doing. It's an illness, because you know what it is? It is trying to fill a void. It's trying to fill a void. Most spiritually inclined people, spiritual people who've got who have this gift of communicating with the spirit world, who've got some sort of who've got some sort of spiritual obligation. They have this void. Togoza, David, Maslope, thank you for joining. They have this spiritual void that they want to fill on a daily basis with things, with earthly things, like material things, shopping, over shopping, overindulging in anything, in alcohol, in smoking, in sex, in overeating, everything, whatever you do, it's just overindulging in anger, in bitterness, in hatred, in denial. It's just overindulging, because you want to fill that void, and that void will never ever be filled by anything of material, by anything of the world. it will only be filled by spiritual food. So when I speak about spiritual maturity, it's understanding that when you are transitioning, allow it to happen. Trust in God, trust in the process. He knows us, He is our source, He created us. Let us have faith and trust in God. He will throw those challenges in your path. He has to. You might find that He sent you to heal drug addicts. Then you end up yourself somehow being in this, being addicted to drugs. When self, being addicted to drugs, to alcohol. When self, because He knows you're going to come out of it. He knows very well. He knows us. We are His creation. We are His children. He knows. He knows. Oh no, let's just give them time. They'll snap out of it. They'll snap out of it because this person, because they know very well you are going to snap out of it, because God knows that you're going to snap out of it, and so that you can go heal others. Because you cannot heal an ill person whom you do not know their illness firsthand. You cannot heal a person, an ill person whom you don't know their illness firsthand. And then it's so sad that we are a nation, especially women who, I mean, even men, they also experience sexual assault. Sexual assault is the most horrible, most ugliest, most saddest, most painful thing that a woman, even a man, can go through. But God was not, because also these cases, let me be honest with you, these cases also, we inherit cases from our lineage, from our forefathers. You might find that your lineage has been experiencing sexual assault from one generation to the next generation to the next generation. Someone has to step in and say enough. And to step in and say enough is when you yourself have gone through it. But you stand up and say, enough is enough. This curse must end. It must come to an end. Then you step up. You heal your ancestors. And when you heal your ancestors, how Pasha, I was speaking about this yesterday, how Pasha, you say, forgive each other. Bantu forgive each other. Love each other. Reconcile. Accept yourself for the way you are, the way God has created you. Let go of anger. Let go of bitterness. Let go of jealousy. Actually, there's a spirit that's whispering in my ear. Let me get to that. Let me go straight into that. Because they're explaining to me. Wabana enaya sexual assault. That curse derives from back in our lineage, where you find that there's a gogo or there's a mkulu or there's a parent that was unfaithful and went and cheated and committed adultery. Sometimes you might find that in their adultery, there was a child that was born out of wedlock, and or you might also find that the child was conceived but was terminated to hide the secret. Then that curse creates sexual assault. We take matrimony for granted. Hi, Chrissy. Thank you for joining. Hi, Sylvia. Thank you for joining. We take matrimony for granted. A marriage is a calling. When you are married and you are joined by inyongo, nyoko, bile, in the culture, in the African traditional way, when we marry, we are joined. The wives and the husbands and sisters, they're brought together and joined and smeared by kanyoko, ne? You have made a covenant with each other. The ancestors have made a covenant, and every ancestor they have their own personalities. They are very protective and jealous. They are very protective and jealous. So when you go out and cheat, they are like, we are not going to have this. And also, guys, let's take it back, because I know things change over time. Women become more liberated. They have, they were able to make choices of whether you want to be in a monogamous relationship or a polygamous relationship. It's go free these days, But back in the days, polygamy was and is still still very valid. It makes sense. It's how they lived back in the days. So for a man to cheat, a man is not cheating. A man is just a man. Polygamy, a man must obviously consult with the wife to say, the first wife, okay, this is how we live here, and there are going to be other women that are going to come in the picture, and obviously they need to consult the wife first, and the wife must be in agreement with that. Blah blah. Wabon, sharp. But when women go out and cheat, it brings a curse to the lineage, because the elders in the family feel disrespected, especially agere. Then you find her in the cheating situation. There was a child conceived, and perhaps the child was terminated just to conceal the secret. And then there will be a curse. The curse, umakala, your bloodline is followed by sexual assault. Up until someone picks it up and says, heals the ancestors to say, tshwarelanang, pepi, sorry. And then because when a problem needs to be fixed, it has to come out in the light, okay? And then it has to be it has to be accepted, yes, flop, and then hwashweleziwa go tshuliwe madi the way tshuliwang madi ka teng go shweleziwe to say peace. Yes, my grandmother, and listen to this, it's a grandmother from way back that went and cheated, and it's created a curse from generation to generation to generation to generation. Again, all right, let's talk, because we're speaking about transitional phase. So when you are transitioning, allow for the duration to happen. Only God knows the duration. So be patient with God, trust in Him, have faith in Him, so that when a transitional phase has come to an end, it is perfect. But when we keep interrupting a transitional phase, when you're letting go of the old you and bringing in and rebirthing the new you, it's very important that also you will see that God will move people away from you. He'll move noise. He'll remove distractions. Hi to me. Nkomazana, Thokoza, Itumeleng Pokwani, Thokoza, thank you for joining. Hi Lerato Lilo, Vilagazi, thank you for joining. And then Mamsi, thank you for joining. So we're speaking about spiritual. Hi Lona, thank you for joining. Hi Tammy Z, thank you for joining. So we are speaking about spiritual maturity, right? Knowing, or let me just wrap up in our transitioning. Transitioning, as we say, it's painful, it's sad, it's lonely, but it's necessary, because you're letting go of the old you and inviting the new you. So a lot of things God will remove from your path, but remain in faith and trust in God that He knows better, because He created you. God created us. How do we have to trust him? Akir, finish. Right. And then knowing what emotional intelligence is. Spiritual maturity is knowing what emotional intelligence is. Be able to be sensitive to other people's emotions. Know when to say something. Know when to shut up. It took me a while to learn emotional intelligence. It took me forever to get it right. But I did eventually. Because we are in school. Every day of our lives we're in school. Every day we're in a classroom of school. We were never born with a manual. So knowing, guys, knowing what emotional intelligence is, it's important. Be sensitive. Thokoza Chrissy, be sensitive to another person's feelings. In fact, be sensitive to your own feelings. Be sensitive to your own truth. Know what a person is going through. Now I was queen of Tower Tabbing. Queen of Tower Tabbing. I had to learn. Moeti Khotong, Singata, Thokozane, Wabona. Spiritual, emotional intelligence is necessary for spiritual maturity. Know what to say, when to say it. Read a person. How is a person feeling at the time? Sheba body language. Look at, just read a person. Before Utowatabeng. Before, that people were just addicted to just throwing comments that are unnecessary. Gossip. People are just addicted to gossip. You have a comment for anything and everything. That is unnecessary. You greet a person, hi. And then you're walking with someone, hi, okay. Hi. How is that necessary? Hey, did you hear she or he lost their car? Their car was repossessed. How's that going to change your life? How's that going to change that person's life? How's that going to change the person you are gossiping with? How is that going to change their life? How is it that you can't just say, hi, how was your day, sharp? Then you move right on. Why must there be a following comment thereafter? Because it means you are lacking. When you see fault in another person, it means you are lacking yourself. Spiritual maturity is very important to be able to navigate the spirit world or life in general. So understand emotional intelligence. Know when to say, how to say it, where to say it, because you know how you're going to learn. Put yourself in that position. When you are the one in the receiving end, how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel when you are the gossip? No, when someone is gossiping about you and you know it, you can see it. How do you feel? You don't feel nice, Akir. So learn. Put yourself in the situation and then learn from it. And what I love about God is that we have a forgiving God. Even our own ancestors, we have forgiving ancestors, especially when they can see that you acknowledge your mistake, you repent, and you never go back to that mistake. They wipe it off quickly. You repent, you go, washweleza, cleanser, or do whatever that you need to do, because cleansing cleansing comes in different ways. When you go, those in Roma, Roman Catholics, they go and repent. There's that box where the priest sits in that side, in that box, and then you are on the other side, and then he opens up there, and you, my God, I used to lie. I didn't know what to say. Growing up, it's that time where you have to go to that box and repent and ask for forgiveness or whatever. And I would get into that box and I'm like, And then and I'll just make up a story. Like what? How's that? Like, well, what don't like but I was also young. I don't know what I thought that box was for. you know. But anyway, Christians, they Roman Catholics, but they have that time where they repent in that box. The priest, you speak with the priest, you tell him this is what you do, blah blah blah. This is what you did, and you're repenting, and then he'll say, "Okay, I am cleansing you, and you are forgiven, or whatever." So that is also cleansing. Cleansing comes in many ways, but the most important is when you accept that you are you have done something wrong and you are repenting. Right. And honestly, Modimo le Badimo, they're very quick to forgive, especially when because they see intention. God is a fragment of us. We are a fragment of God. Ancestors, they are our blood. Hello, Jane. Thank you for joining. Right. So also spiritual maturity has to listening skills. Listening skills. Nkafeng, thank you for joining Togoza. Listening skills, guys. I get it to Mamel. I was the worst listener ever. I remember when I met my partner. The first time we met, he was like, "Okay, no, I couldn't stop talking. Like, what was here? I just could not blab it." Blah, 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 blah. I remember my dad also. Well, before when I was still in the blah blah blah, because fortunately my dad, when he departed, he was like, "I am so proud of you. You've grown, Palesa, and I'm seeing so much peace and healing within you. It shows that your gift is exactly what you needed. And it's what was driving you insane." I'm Kanti Papa is about to leave when he was saying, giving me the speech, and I'm happy. I can relax now, and I'm so happy that you've grown. Because growing up, my dad we used to say, "How and I can see why I couldn't. Can't only to find out that actually my gift is to talk. My gift is to talk, but because I was still spiritually immature, ne ke bua fela ke sena timing ke bua ditaba di theoha. So and I remember when I met my partner for the first time, he said, "Oh my goodness, you need to learn to to listen." Kare, bua var. Kare bua var. And I listened. I started to listen. So it is important to learn listening skills, guys. Listening skills. You will learn a lot. Go listening skills. You will learn a lot. You learn just by listening. You learn because you don't know everything. It's impossible. You can't know everything. Learn. Don't be quick. Don't this thing of speaking over people. This thing of speaking over people and never allowing people to finish their sentences. Hey, hey. Attitude spiritual maturity, guys. How are we going to learn when we don't listen? Front door. Hey, shut it. Let it be shut. Shut the front door. When it's time to shut the front door, shut the front door. Right? And then also seek wisdom. Spiritual maturity has a lot to do with seeking wisdom and knowledge. Seeking wisdom and knowledge. Because again, we are seeking spiritual maturity. We are seeking spiritual maturity. So seek wisdom and knowledge. Be willing to keep quiet and to learn. Because the more you learn, the more you'll be able to be at peace with the changes that are happening in your life, the transitioning that's happening in your life. Because you get to understand more what is happening. So let's seek wisdom and knowledge in everything, because because sometimes knowledge is power. Knowledge is healing. Knowledge is healing. Knowledge is healing. right? Because also when you gain knowledge, you eliminate all the drama that's happening in the mind drama that's happening in here, because the negative thoughts, negative everything, drama is in the mind. Sometimes we just need to take a commercial break. Sometimes you just need to take a commercial break. Matau, thank you for joining. Motla, thank you for joining. Beverly Power, thank you for joining. Wabada Dazzling, thank you for joining. Right. And when something is happening, you find that maybe there's a transition happening in your life, ne? And then we're quick to say, bang lawyer. No, I'm being bewitched. Why are things not working out now? Why are things slow? Why are things not moving the way they used to? Why am I no longer seeing money come in? Why am I experiencing more debt than money coming in? Bang loy. And then you know what that does? You know what the universe does? It will take you to a healer that will tell you bullshit and say, yeah, about loy. And mang. Yes, this person, whoever is bewitching you. Because God can see, God took you there deliberately. He took you to that Sangoma Seo, the lying, that false prophet, false Sangoma, to give you a false prophecy, to say, yeah, Mang and Mang is bewitching you. And I said, there was a patient that I had yesterday. And basically this patient actually wanted to verify a prophecy that came from somewhere else. One of his family members went to consult somewhere, and they said that, yeah, so it's an in-law that went to go consult somewhere and came back running to say to this poor guy, your mother is trying to kill, your mother and your stepfather are trying to kill your child. So they have a child, a young baby, but for my 6 months. So, and the baby is with his parents, his mother and his stepdad. So the in-laws went and consulted somewhere, and the consulting and the prophecy was that his mother wants to kill his child. So now I'm going to consult what I see, what God and my ancestors are telling me. So now I consulted. I told him this is what I'm seeing. Blah 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 blah. I checked everything that I was told. I gave it to him, but now he wasn't satisfied. Then he opened up and he said, "What do you see with my child?" Come on, this is what I see. A B C D. Because when I go to the core, I don't look at the surface. Yeah, Mang is bewitching you, and they're doing this and that and that. Hey, blah, blah, blah. Hey. The first question is, when you are being bewitched, you go to God. You go to God and say, God, where are you when all of this is happening to me? Where are you when this is happening to you? Actually, I want to take a call on the site, a live video. I want to test it. So, where are you? And you go to your ancestors and say, where are you when people are doing this to me? And God and your ancestors will say, we right here, we are the ones that are approving this because we want your attention. So I was saying to this guy, okay, fine. Wherever your in-laws went and consulted, they said this is what's happening. Did they give you a solution? My Gobela made it very clear. She said, you are here to build and not to destroy. Even if a person comes to you to consult and you are seeing foul play, you are being shown exactly who is doing it. My Gobela said, it's not necessary to mention who's doing it. It's not necessary to mention who's doing it. Come with a solution. Because the fact that it's happening in any case, it means that God wants your attention. It means God wants your attention. So it's important to equip yourself with wisdom and knowledge. That false prophet said, hey, you're going to die tomorrow. Hey, Mang is bewitching you. Hey, blah, blah. Fine, they're bewitching me. What is the solution? Why are they doing that? because you have to go to God and ask him. So that's what I do when a person comes in for a consultation. Hello, Tato. Thank you for coming in. When a person comes to me for a consultation, I go to the core, the depth of the problem. Yes, I can see, okay, money is not coming in. Yes, yes, your business is under attack. I can see all those things. Why is it happening? What is the cause? And I go down. I go to the depth. Ke lata the depth. Ke lata badimo ba hao ba mpolelle hantle hore bona ba emetseng moo ba sa bue. Ke hobaneng ba dumela? Why are they accepting that to happen? I can't come and say, yeah, Mang is bitching you, Mang is what, and then leave you. What's going to happen? Obviously, you're going to leave my consultation room and go attack that person. What have I built there? What have I built? Ke hodisitse eng? Ke hodisitse eng moo? Guys, I want to try this out. Oh, okay. I think they pressed it by mistake. Guys, you know what? Let's do something, ne? Because I've never tried it before. Let's try it out. Do that video call where you call in and then we speak, It's like my frame at the top, your frame at the bottom, and we speak. Ne? Let's try it out. I really want to try it out. I want to see. And then like we can speak live kind of thing. I don't know, guys. Let's try it out. Right. So seek wisdom and knowledge so that, okay. Oh, okay. All right. Get not happen. Let's try. Okay, let's see. Because, okay, Mo Chunky. Mo Chunky, let me see if it's going to happen, this video thing. All right, anyway. In the meantime, hey, I think it's coming through. Hey! That's Mo Chunky. How are you?
I'm good.
How are you?
I'm good.
But why can't I hear you?
Can't you hear me? I can clearly hear you.
Hear you. Oh, now I can hear you. They can say this. Okay. How are you, my darling?
I'm good, and are you, Gogo?
I'm good, thank you. So ask me anything. Ask me anything.
No, I was hoping that you were going to do the connections, so I would have loved to do that.
Fine, let's connect.
Yes, I'm
Who do you want me to
Solufelo
connect with? Oh, okay. Like we can hear on the side. Yeah, okay. Your reaction was priceless. And your reaction was priceless. Yeah, I was very excited. Fine, let's connect. Oh, you know why I couldn't hear you? Because
Yes.
I had plugged in mic, Wabon. Right.
Okay.
Okay, so who do we connect with? Who do you want me to connect with?
With my mom who passed away this January. And my uncle and my entire
Oh, whoa, whoa,
place.
whoa, 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 whoa. Let's start with one person. Who do you want me to connect with first?
My grandmother. My grand.
Okay. Okay, so your grandmother, she's coming forth the way she's very active, very feisty, Ke motho wa mthetho, ke motho wa molao,
Yes,
o rata dilo tse tsa tsela, so. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And Umbo, o ditaba ke storyteller. Is
Yes,
that true?
true. That's true.
Well, she says that I should let you know, Khona, she's very proud of you. Keep going. And she says that we see one say what is your direction? So she says she's very proud of you. Keep going, okay? And she's got a surprise for you. But she's also telling me, Khona, le batho ba moya. Verify.
it's actually true because I saw it in here while she was still around. I could see that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm. Though
So
though
guys,
she wasn't upfront about it, but I could see, the things that she used to do. I could see that.
oh, okay. Well, there you go, guys. She's okay. She asked me to cross over. I crossed over to her grandmother, and the way her grandmother's presenting herself to me, she is confirming her that's exactly how it is. And then her grandmother said that she's proud of her. She shouldn't let go. She should keep going. But she said a very important message that she is that you guys are that they are spiritually inclined. They've got this gift, and she's confirming that indeed the gift is there because she saw the grandmother, the things that the grandmother did, but the grandmother wasn't upfront about it. So that's a nice message. That's a positive message. So are you aware, Khori, you've got the gift as well? That oh my,
Yes, I'm
mm,
resilient. I'm very resilient.
is it
Mm.
okay? But you're not fearful of it.
I'm not. I think I've got the confidence issue, but the resilience is there.
Mm,
I ask myself a lot of questions.
mm,
I really ask every time when I try to do something, I literally ask questions
yeah,
before or after that. Yeah, there's
yeah,
some lack of confidence here and there, but
yeah.
I know that I'm very resilient. Yeah.
Okay, great. Mamela, it's
Mm.
also like he says, your dad just joined. Yippee. So I think he's referring to my everyone knows that my dad is my biggest Ligos yaker. So I think that's what like he's referring to. So yes, he's definitely joined us. Yeah, no, listen, this journey it's a very beautiful journey. It's because you letting go of the old you and allowing the new you to come in, and that is where you're going to find the biggest inner peace ever. Oh, my dad, Lebogang, Thokoza, hi Lebza. Yes, Lebza is my dad. Bona, through and through. He shares the same name with my dad, Lebogang. So yeah. Okay, so I'm back now. So because it's necessary, and I think into important more than anything is inner peace. They have referred to inner peace. And the only time you will get inner peace is when you accept who you are. And thank God your grandmother is by your side. She's going to
Yeah.
help you throughout this journey. Have we ever had a consultation?
Not with you though.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you were told though, but you were
Yes.
told about your spiritual gift.
Yeah.
Ah, la
No, no,
la.
not a spiritual gift, but I think it means the same thing, but the interpretation was different, but it simply means
Was
the same.
different. Okay.
Yes.
Gore o
The
tsamaya le batho ba baholo.
interpretation, yes, true.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So okay, we've your grandmother was present. So let's give another one a chance. Ne?
Thank
Are you
you very
happy?
much. I'm happy,
It's
very
a
happy.
pleasure. So I want it's nice because it was a validation, ne? In any
Yeah.
validation, what your grandmother brought, ne?
Yes,
Nice.
true.
Okay, great.
Thanks. How do I drop now? I
Cheers.
just exist. Bye.
Bye. Right. Who else? Connect with me, Kafka, guys. Connect with me, a video. Connect with me with a video call. Let's do it differently today because I can see people want us to cross over. So Lundiwe says, I would love to cross over with my granny. No, it's fine. Call me. Call me a video. I want us to do things differently today. Right. So spiritual maturity as well. Okay, let's see. Um, who's this? Okay, let us take Thokoza. Thokoza. Um, hey! Oh, snap. Hello. Re teng le kae? And your name is?
Ellen.
Oh, Ellen. Hello, Ellen. My aunt, my late aunt, Rakgadi Tonono, her and I, re share lebitso le la Tshwaro, ke la umama wa ka, ke la nkgono wa hae. So her name, her English name ki Ellen. So here's my umama wa ka wena. What is your question?
Gogo, nna ke kopa crossover with my great grandmother.
From your father's side?
From my mother's side.
Mother's side. Okay.
Yes.
So your grandmother ke motho a leng extremely wise. Ke motho ana atlisa thuto e ngata. O mpontsha ane a o fa thuto e ngata. Is that correct?
Yes.
Very dignified.
Yes.
Very loving.
Yes.
Very caring.
Very strict.
Very strict. I was about to say very strict. I was about to say very strict as well. Yes, yes. And also because Bustripti Bahai came from with a lot of love.
Yes.
And I get na chikana kata bataba shimani. Is that true?
Yes.
Well, she's here. She's definitely here. And she says pay attention to your dreams.
Yes.
There you go. There you go. So how Laura, when you dream of Batuba fitileng, you've got a special gift of being able to communicate with the spirit world. Also, you see water in your dreams, ne?
Yes.
You do.
A lot of water. Yeah, the reason I just wanted to connect with her because I've been trying to get this journey going, but what are little stumbling blocks? It's just sometimes I feel like, okay, let me leave it because it's not happening. And then when you say it's not happening, and then you'll get these crazy dreams. You'll wake up at 4 o'clock, there's a snake. You'll wake up, there's water. So yeah, I just wanted to confirm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you a question.
The thing is, when you meet people, it's unfortunate. You know, like what you were saying now, that people consult. You go into the depth of the problem. You meet people who consult with you, and then they just leave you hanging like that. And strange, you'll get somebody because you are taking your time. You don't listen, and you are a Christian and you are still trying to figure out all these things.
Oh.
You see, so that's where the confusion comes.
Oh, okay, all right. And also, just remember that journey, it's a long journey. It's a long journey, ne? And Mudimu Asas he deliberately you know, up until because in that way, that's how you're going to understand what works. You're going to understand. She just burped, guys. You're going to understand what works for you and what doesn't work for you. You're going to understand what works for Little Slahau, what doesn't work for Little Slahau. In the meantime, trust in the process. Spiritual maturity. Trust in the process. In the process, we have to learn. Quick fix on this journey. Quick fix. So how Laura, and I love I heard her burp. Facebook. I love the fact that where you are about to give up, then the dreams medita. That is your confirmation for how we want. But just because habata make a piece how it doesn't mean that they're not present. They're present. So I love the fact that how can need to present because more or give up a thing. That is when she steps in. Know her because when you dream of snakes, you know her. Yeah. So we're not just be patient, learn, get as much information as possible, as much understanding as possible, equip yourself with a lot of knowledge, because earlier on, seek wisdom and knowledge so that you don't end up mental movie you're on the right wrong path, dilo go thotse, dilo ha di sebetse the way, blah blah blah. Yeah. But re tlo ba right ke o le ena wa tjho gore ai re kaofela, so ke yona confirmation eo ya gore no, don't worry,
Yes,
le kaofela.
patience. Thank you.
Yeah, and ke sethunya ke go nna o tla ka sethunya ne
Yes.
wa tseba ke re sethunya keng
Eh,
Thomas
Lenyeloi. Yes, Gogo.
Thomas Gogo postola ke re
Gogo?
kwa go postola ke re Gogo
But
Thomas.
now, and then I live brother and sister, and go brother and sister. You see that old apostle, very brother sister. It was that. So I'm just struggling with the connection with the church.
Yeah. What's about also on this journey, ne? Hey, because you have different ancestors. Because we just vessels. Ona kwako brother and sister. Ole kwako kai. Ole kwako Roma. Ole kwako Methodist. Ole kwako Zion. So uskamakala uyithola hara dikereke tse kaofela, because o ya fela go lola lesedi a thole bophelo a suthe a be right wa bona neng go botla o wa traditional healing. So always have an open mind when it comes to spirituality le calling, because yay o tla iphumela so sebetsa ka ntho tse kaofela o sa tsebe jwang, but just have an open mind and don't be judgmental wena, because anyway batho bana ke ba heno, these spirits ke ba heno.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Bye-bye. Sharp. Ke tsebela kae? I can say also pontsha the opposite one. All right. Okay, let's see. Are you finding it?
Yeah, okay.
Are you finding it? All right, lovely. Right, let's come to Facebook. Let's do a video call on Facebook, because we just came from Insta. Let's do Facebook, guys, so that we can connect. All right, fine. Okay, I see people saying, please connect with Mang Mang. Marakebata, today we are doing it as video. Let's do it as video, guys. Ne? Right, okay. Facebook is taking forever to connect to Ah, Mesakar, Chunda, Ritobeta Kai, Tusang. She just killed me. So guys, come now. Let's do a video call. Get connected. I want to do things differently today. So do video call. Let's call. Oh my God, battery. Oh, battery. Yeah. Okay, I'm just kicking a battery. Right. And then come on, Amy Jean. Battery come. Oh, since I'm a little sharp. Okay. Right. Right. Hello, Kimang.
Hi, Gogo.
How are you?
I'm very new, Gogo.
Ki bua le mang?
Walo kgotlello.
Hey, Kgotlello.
How are you, Gogo?
I'm well, my honey. How are you?
I'm good.
Dintan.
My grandfather from my mother's side,
Okay.
apostolic name, but apostolic, but he did not take the apostolic side. He took the traditional healing side. Name. So, whenever they say his name, hey, what, like, I don't understand how ke mo phasetsa bjang, ke mo phasetsa ka metsi or ke mo irela ka lo tsa Sotho, like we are Basotho or what?
Oh, okay. So unankile tshebetso ya bongaka ya tradition. Oh,
Yes.
ke yona na
But
practice.
he also had that drum. He also had that drum because danale marking sedimo se sentši.
Yes. So okay, unana hape le sethunywa hape ne. Ena ya moya ya seprofito ya lengeloi ne. Okay. Tell me, wena how phahla jwang?
When I go to him or in Nassau Kipatla, like it's either I slaughter a chicken and then the blood goes down.
Yeah.
And then after brown, then ka bo mixa le metsi le letswai.
Okay.
And then after that, katira. So I do it for all of them, but I just feel Ukariena, he feels like he's bit sidelined or he needs a special way of weighing him per se, because Akiriena, he had many many roles.
Okay. All right. So so feel like how phahla how you not how atumele. How mo feel? How feel presence ya hae?
Like the way that I know
O
that
robetse
he's
ko kae?
there.
O robetse ko kae?
Go down there in the Bundus, go Bochum, go fat.
Is it far from where you are?
Yeah, it's far, but the last time when I went there, and then I felt Ukari. I just saw him just in a little dream, and then I disappeared. So I don't know. He's like saying, "Guti, what?"
Okay, so what's about the situations so I always drop everything ke ye ho bona ke lo mmotsa direct ke re mamela ke etsa jwang ha ke connecta le wena.
Okay.
Yeah, it's easier fela o drop everything go ya mo robetseng ko teng o lo buelela 99 gore okay ke etsa jwang ha ke bua le wena wa bona, because o mo bolele gore ke batla ho etsa dilo the right way, but mpolelle ke etse jwang because ke batla ho connecta le wena, and he'll answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then if that is the case, then it's fine. Then I'll just simply go there and then I'll just talk to him, and then we'll see how it goes. Because I know good to or maybe others are treated special. You know, these kind of people like Balapisa.
Yeah. Baba this and that. Yeah, but ya ho yena lena o tlo bona hore ha se okay, this person took their time especially for me. Lena wathaba gore I feel special, you know. O tlo bona o tla respond. You'll see because in fact he's coming through. He says he's coming through. Actually, he's saying that yeah, nka thaba hore setlogolo se ka tla se tlo mpona hobane le yena ho na le se ke mo tshwaretseng sona because ke a bona hore o batla ho nthusa, you know. Ba bangata ha ba batle ho nthusa, but yena o tlile o batla ho nthusa. So hobane o batla ho nthusa, ke tlo ema, and ha ke ema mo ho na le se kgolo ke tlo mo fang yona ho mo bontsha hore ke a leboha setlogolo hore o tlile hara batho kaofela e ba wena a le mong a batlang ho nthusa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then please share your testimony after that.
Okay, I will do it. I will do it, Gogo. You know I always do.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, you do. Yeah. So because sorry.
Okay, I'm trying to get out, but
Oh.
I'm not winning.
Ah.
Yeah, is it?
No, you're still on. Okay, right. So Facebook. Okay, let's see. All right. I'm on Facebook. I'm adding.
Hello.
Rosa Gogo.
How are you?
I'm well, and how are you?
I'm well. I'm well. I'm well. I'm well.
Okay, why can't I
You
see
look
my
gorgeous today. I'm loving
thank you.
everything.
Thank you, my sister.
Mm. Where now tops? Tops.
Oh, thank you, my
Um,
sister.
Gogo Palesa.
Yes.
Ki kopa un kompatseli mama wa papa waka.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm seeing a very elegant lady, very, very respectable, very calm, strict but calm. Is this correct so far?
Stubborn. Calm. She was.
Where's
I'm
Uzang?
told that she was not. I'm told she was not calm.
No, wait, because this how she's showing me. It could perhaps be on the other side because I think I mean, as I described her, she's calm but she's also very strict. Okay,
Okay.
she's showing me her on the other side where she is now. Her where she is, her being right now. She's calmed down. She's calmed down, but she shows me that she's very meticulous. Give her to her order.
Yeah.
Order. Is that correct?
Yes.
Very clean, white harder, haholo,
Too much.
you know, very intelligent. Are you
Wow.
overwhelmed there? Very intelligent, but she says, ke a tseba gore kgale ba re nna ke stubborn, mara he ka jeno se ke ithutile ho ba calm. Mara ha ke tsamaisane mara a re ha ke tsamaisane le mathaithai. Yeah, is she like that?
Yeah, she was like,
Mara
I
se ke
don't
kgona
remember
ho
her much because she passed on in 1984. So I was quite small when she passed on.
Yeah, because she says no sa kgona ho mamela, sa ithutile ho mamela, but she says, oh, she's also saying a re ke moruti, meaning she's a she one muruti. I get a muruti is a person who shares wisdom, who imparts wisdom.
A teacher.
Yeah, who a teacher. Yes. So one bontsha gore ke muruti, and I can believe when she says that because ke motho a meticulous, o batla dilo tsa order. Are don't come to me ka leshano. Ska tla go nna ka maka because I can see right through you. Oh, which means she's a prophet. Which means she's a prophet.
Wow.
Which means she's a prophet. Wa bona hore gift ena ntse ya itlhaisa ho wena. She says although she never took it. She says although she never took it. Are she regrets not taking it, but a re ngwana nkoteng o sa e amohetse. A re yena o a bona o bona dilo tse sa bonweng. And she
But how
comes
come
to
I complain now? I've taken my back on her.
Ocho jwalo. Did she say that to you?
I've been told like dilo tsa setso.
Yeah, but that's true. Isn't that true, Chililu? Isn't that true? It's true. When you came to me, didn't that prophecy come out?
Yeah, I did.
But you know,
Okay.
she's also proud of you. The fact that she's mentioning Hore, yeah, she sees things. That she's a prophet. She's obviously showing Hore, she's stepping forth. Because if she had turned you, because yes, they do turn their backs on us when we don't listen. But when they see that we start to listen, then they appear and then they come and they bring validation.
Okay.
Are o tshwetseng? Are o complain o tshwetseng? Ke eng o tshwetse? O tshwetse eng?
It's scary to step into the unknown, but anyway, you and I have done had the longest chat about that. So yeah.
I'm here to catch you.
Okay.
I'm here to catch you. Leap, I'll catch you. Because she's a very strong lady. Because Wamona, she also has male. Sorry.
She's very strong. She was very strong, rather.
I'm seeing that because also she dominates men. Even in the spirit world, she dominates men. Your laugh says a lot. And like because you're very dominating. You've got a very powerful dominating spirit.
Wow.
Correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So no, she's here. The fact that she's come through and on validating all these things, she's saying, because I'm actually seeing her in you, to be honest. I could say if Latswana, but I'm seeing her spirit in you. Like that resilience, that strength, that power, but also she says, make sure that that power doesn't overthrow you. Learn to also humble yourself to learning and to acceptance. Because she says that was her weakness.
Wow.
That was her weakness. She was the kind of person that no one will tell her anything. Yeah, and she knows everything. That is why when she comes forth, she's showing me that she's calmed down. Because when you calm down, you accept wisdom. Spiritual maturity. She's learned to seek wisdom and knowledge. Now she has accepted spiritual maturity. So she says, learn to accept help, because she says, when everything. So she says, that was her problem. Sometimes you need to step back and allow to be led.
Okay.
So she's here, she's with you. So she says, the first time I handled this journey, just surrender to it. She's here to help you through it.
And from time to time,
sorry?
From time to time.
No, she does. Honestly, whatever, sometimes they don't come in their image. Sometimes you don't want to in your dreams, ulore meti, or ulore a snake, or ulore chelete, or ulore sniff. Or sometimes you but you're going to sense energy high or no again. That's some money, but you're going to sense energy raw again.
Okay.
So they come in different ways. They're not limited in just the image.
Okay. Because what I know about the dreams of snakes, yes, they happen a lot. And then the dream of chelete, they do happen a lot, but not physical money, in the form of a poo.
In a form of a?
Poo. Like mukaka.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Chelete,
yes. Yes. A lot.
Okay, let me explain her. Magaga means histrito, but also magaga means releasing, meaning confessions. Chelete means knowledge.
Yes.
So if
With
tjhelete e ka
Chelete,
ba-
I tend to notice a lot of coins. Like if I'm walking, if I'm doing my jogs, like that happens a lot. Like today, for instance, I picked up 10 cents. Who does that? A normal person. Yeah.
10 means tshebetso. Tshebetso ya
Tshebetso.
moya, tshebetso, work, mosebetsi.
Oh,
So ba o
okay.
bontsha hore o tlo ba o bontsha hore badimo ba batla o sebetse mosebetsi wa bona. That's why you picked up the 10 cents.
Wow.
Yeah. So how your credit doesn't come often, that's how she came through that money.
And like 2 weeks cannot go by without me picking.
Really?
Yes, really.
Wow, look at that. So they are present. You're not alone. They are present. Good, sometimes I get Rebona when they don't come in their image, we panic. Kanti they come in many different ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Iriki favor chance.
Okay.